Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Joy, if you're new here and didn't know. Today we're gonna bake. And if you didn't know, I'm actually pretty good at baking. Not at cooking, the actual thing that like is healthy and like you need. Nope, sugar, I'm good at that. But today we're going to attempt to make Captain Crunch cookies. I have my laptop over here with the recipe, and if it's good, I'll link it down below. First things first, wash your hands. I didn't because I don't really care. Second, I need to get my mixer, which is really heavy, so I'm just gonna go on over here and get it out. Okay. Let's plug her in. First step, preheat oven to 325. Now, of course, I didn't prepare anything before this video, so you're just gonna have to deal with that. I'm so good at baking. I know all of the things, except this recipe calls for baking soda, and I don't have any. So we're gonna use baking powder instead. So I might just have screwed up the recipe from the start. I did look it up. I'm not dumb. And I have to use 3 times the amount of baking powder as I would baking soda. That's what the Google said, so we'll see. Really stressed out that these aren't gonna work. And then I'm gonna get laughed at by all the bullies, but it's fine. Okay, 2 cups of flour. All right, here's the moment of truth, baking powder. So it says half a teaspoon of baking soda, so I would need 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, if my calculations are correct. Hopefully I didn't just mess that up. And salt, half a teaspoon of salt. And then whisk until fully combined. It's like, I don't know. My mom hasn't thrown it away and she's a professional chef, so I trust her. Here are all of our dry ingredients, and I'm gonna set that aside. Now, being the professional baker that I am, I'm gonna put away the ingredients as I use them so that I don't have more of a cleanup at the end, because Lord knows I don't like to clean. So now I have to melt an entire stick of butter. I need an entire stick of butter. That's a lot of butter. Also, another baking hack, if you just melt the entire stick of butter, just like a stick, it takes longer to melt. So cut it up into smaller pieces and take the paper off, which I didn't do. So now it's just a mess. So these cookies might be a little plasticky. It only adds flavor. So that's all cut up. We're gonna microwave this, which is probably gonna take a while. I'm a lefty, so scissors don't work for me. My fellow lefties out there, hey, how are ya? Oh, this is not the right way to open the bags. Is this butter melted yet? Almost. In case you're ooh, it's pretty much melted. Don't want to like cause any injuries over here, but I gotta put this in. That's a lot of butter. Okay, so let's put this on the mixer. Oh, maybe. And we have to put this little thing on. Because if I'm fancy, I got a KitchenAid. That's really old. Crank it up. Not actually that exciting. There's something wet on the floor and I keep stepping in it. Hopefully it's not pee. My dog has decided to not want to go outside anymore. Love that. And almost just dropped that one on the floor. Fun fact, I have 4 cartons of eggs because I own chickens. So if you ever need an egg, come on over. I'll give one to you. They're really good quality and they came right out the chicken's butt. Okay, so now it says that I need to beat in the eggs. So I got 2 eggs. After you mix this, you can't eat it anymore, so don't do that, but okay. It says beat in the eggs and the vanilla until it is light and creamy. Looks like peanut butter. Okay, that looks light and creamy to me. So now comes the scariest part, adding in the flour mixture. Now, if any of you friends have ever baked before, you know, do not add all the flour mixture in at the same time if you're using a electric mixer, because my friends, poof, you are not covered in flour. So what I do is I take a measuring cup and I add in a little bit at a time so that it's not going to fluff up in my face. And keep doing that until the entire bowl is mixed. It's gonna take a while. I'll see you after I mix this all. And we're back. So this is all mixed up. It looks like cookie dough. Oh, found a little kitty hair in there. Charles, always making his mark. You're not supposed to do this because there's raw eggs, but I always taste the dough. See if it tastes good. Tastes like flour, so I follow the directions. Anyway, now we're supposed to take a cup of Captain Crunch and crush it and mix it in, and then we're supposed to add a cup of non-crushed Captain Crunch into it. So we gotta do some destruction. So we're gonna put some in there. So now we're supposed to add it. Oh, but I have to start by hand. Why? It's a lot of work I didn't sign up for. Okay, so here are the crumbs. Uncrushed. And my mom told me to add chocolate chips, but I don't like chocolate chips. So I'm going to add some white chocolate chip. White baking morsels. Those aren't white. Those are definitely beige. That's beige. That's for sure beige. Well, whatever. Okay, so now I have a lot of tools out right now. I have to mix it by hand, which is a lot more work than I signed up for. Obviously, I didn't really read the recipe before I baked it. Now let's stir it in. This is a lot of Captain Crunch. Am I mad? They are Captain Crunch cookies. I don't know how mixed. This is mixed well, but how much is well? Huh? Jenny, who wrote this recipe? Huh? Tell me. Well, that looks pretty mixed to me. We're just gonna say that's good. So now we're supposed to place 1-inch balls onto a baking sheet with parchment paper, but cutting out parchment paper is a lot of work, so I'm just gonna spray the pan. Some baking spray. Spray her down. You're supposed to wash your hands before this part. I'm not going to. How much is a 1-inch ball? Is that a 1-inch ball? Can I make it longer? Make it bigger? We'll say that's a 1-inch ball. So that's what it looks like. And we're just supposed to place it on the cookie sheet. This batter seems very wet. Yeah, this kind of hurts because it has like Captain Crunch in it, and Captain Crunch is like sharp. Does that make sense? It like scratches your little skin. I don't really like that. I don't know how much these are gonna expand. I don't want them to like bake into one giant monster cookie. And I gotta cut them apart individually. Heck no, too much work for me. Okay, this one is too large. It's just staring at me. So large and in charge. Sir, I brought you into this world. I'll take you out of this world. Okay. So, I don't like dough on my hands. These are so big. That's definitely bigger than 1 inch, but I don't really give a heck. A hoot. I'm gonna bring you with me. Come along. Ow! I just pinched my finger. Okay, so we're gonna open up the hot dungeon and take our cookies. See, these look definitely way bigger than 1 inch. We're gonna put it in. I don't know. Okay. I will be back when they're done cooking. In the meantime, I'm gonna finish balling up the rest of this dough. See you in a little bit. So the cookies are done. They look like this. The sad thing about baking is that you have to wait for it to cool down before you can eat it. I put the second and third batches in. I guess I just put them in together. So now we wait. Okay, buckos. It's a moment of truth. It is time to see whether or not my baking skills are as good as I thought they were. So right here I have a cookie. It looks like this. The back is not burnt. So we're gonna try it. The inside looks like that. It's very cakey. I'm gonna try this one. It has a lot more Captain Crunch on it. Not really sure. They're not bad. They don't really like have a taste. The original recipe calls for Crunchberry Captain Crunch, which I don't like. So I just used regular Captain Crunch, which might be why it doesn't have that much taste. But the Captain Crunch is like soggy. Not soggy, it's like hard. Okay, they're growing on me. These are pretty good. I would bake these again, but I think I would use crunch berries next time. This is my cat. Overall, I think the recipe is good. I think it wasn't like a bad recipe. But if you're gonna make it, use crunch berries, not just regular Captain Crunch. That's it. Hi. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I had a lot of fun baking. I haven't baked in a while, so I thought it was a lot of fun, and I'm glad that I could spend that time with you guys, even though I was actually alone while I made these. If you liked this type of video, please let me know. If you want me to make more cooking videos where I try out recipes and stuff like that, let me know that also, because I'd really like to do that. Please be sure to like and subscribe and follow me on all my social media. I will leave it down below. Hope you all have a great week. Bye.